Hello FlossTube friends, this is Tina Frazier coming to you from Columbus, Ohio. Today is Wednesday, November 24th. It's approximately 9:46 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'm coming to you today with a Thanksgiving update. Happy Thanksgiving to those of you that are in the United States and are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. My mom, my husband, and I are staying home and cooking a dinner. We got our turkey dinner box that has the turkey and several side dishes and 2 pies from Mimi's Cafe, which is a chain restaurant. And we're looking forward to heating up our food tomorrow and enjoying a fun day of Macy's parade, dog show, other TV, miscellaneous stuff, and hopefully our friend Lynn will be coming over to eat with us since she has nowhere to go tomorrow, and we'll probably be playing a couple of board games because Lynn is also an avid board gamer. So we'll probably be playing a couple of board games. So we're looking forward to just a fun day off tomorrow and enjoying the Thanksgiving holiday with a very small group of family and friend. So hopefully you guys will have a really great Thanksgiving, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it with friends and family. If you can't be with friends and family, hopefully you have a good relaxing day off and just kind of take care of yourself, because that's really all that matters. If you're new here, my name is Tina. This is my FlossTube channel here on YouTube. FlossTube is a subset of YouTube where the videos center mostly around the craft of cross-stitching. My channel includes some other things, including diamond painting, other crafts that I do, a little bit of life thrown in, and ghost hunting. So if you're new here, welcome. Hopefully you can find something here that you like, and hopefully you will decide to come back, because I'm looking forward to having more friends join me on my stitching and crafting and ghost hunting and life journey here on YouTube. So welcome, and just take a look around and see if there's something here you like, and welcome aboard. If you're a returning watcher, thank you very much for coming back. Hopefully you are getting ready to have a good Thanksgiving, and looking forward to spending a little bit of time with you here today. Hopefully this video won't be quite as long as my more recent ones, but we shall see. If you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Yay! It's good to see new friends, especially on a holiday week and the eve of a holiday. It's good to be with friends. So thank you very much, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your families. That being said, if you're new or returning and have not yet subscribed, I encourage you to hit the subscription button below and also click the notification bell so you're notified when I upload new content to my channel. I try to upload new content. It's been about every other week or so here recently, but this one is a little bit of a special one because it's a holiday, and I kind of wanted to make a little bit of update because I do have some things to talk about. But anyway, if you hit that notification bell, you'll just be notified when I do upload new content to my channel, so you can come watch and hang out with me for a little bit. Today's video, sorry, I'm looking kind of down this way at my notes. I have some notes. I'm going to be talking a little bit about, first of all, let me also say to those of you who celebrate, Happy Hanukkah. Hanukkah starts on Sunday night this weekend. So if you're of that faith and you partake in Hanukkah festivities, Happy Hanukkah to those of you that celebrate out there. My family is not Jewish, so we don't celebrate Hanukkah in my household, but I'd just like to recognize those of you that might. And for anyone else out there that is celebrating a holiday that I may not have mentioned, happy holiday to you too. And just let me know in the comments what you celebrate, and I will be sure to add that to my calendar so I can mention it in some of my other videos. So thank you very much, and happy holidays to everybody. So I was just getting ready to say this, today's video is going to include a little bit of haul. some progress updates. I haven't been stitching much this month. I've only really been working on one project since my last video, and that's not even very much. And I'm also going to be talking about plans for December and some plans that I'm finally nailing down for 2022 stitching. So sit back, relax, grab something to drink. Pause if you need to, go to the bathroom and take a little break. I'm anticipating this not being a very long video, but we don't know. So just sit back, relax, and pull up a chair. So I'm going to get into a little bit of haul. I want to show you this first. I got the newest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. I do have a subscription to this. So there's some really cute things in here. I'm not going to do a flip through because other people might. This one is by Nerden Camber of Twin Peak Primitive. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. So this one was really cute. It's called Merry Christmas. This is from Nerden Camber of Twin Peak Primitives. Pam and Steph are very fond of Twin Peak Primitives patterns. So that was a cute one. That might go on my stitching list next year. There's another one in here that I'm gonna most likely do. I want to do the home seasonal series by Ravaris. So here is Winter Home. Oop, going the wrong way with that. Sorry about that, you guys. Winter Home by Ravaris. So that is one of the ones I'm planning on potentially doing out of this magazine. And also there is one by, I need to find it. Oh, here we go. Buffalo Plaid Winter by Priscilla Blaine of Stitching with the Housewives. Buffalo Plaid Winter. That's really cute too. So those are 3 patterns that I'm hopefully going to get to this next year. I will talk about more of my plans for 2022 as later on in my video. So look forward to that. This is the newest issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This is the 2021 Christmas Winter issue, and it's pretty hefty. It's a pretty dense magazine, you guys. Pretty hefty. All right. So I've been doing a little Christmas shopping. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about this in my plans section coming up here pretty soon, but next weekend Mom and I are going to a stitching retreat about an hour and a half west of here where we're living, and I got her a couple of things for Christmas that I'm going to give to her this weekend for the stitching retreat because she's asked. I have a Kay's Creation table stand. It's one of the wood table stands that holds my hoops and all that while I'm stitching. I had that at Camp Gotta Stitch, and my mom she kept looking over at me using it, and she asked for one for Christmas. So I got her one for Christmas. Hopefully she doesn't see this video before I give it to her. But I got her a Kay's Creation table stand for Christmas, and I'm going to be giving it to her. We went shopping again today because Joann's had a couple of doorbuster items on sale that I wanted to get her. I also got her something else that I'm going to give her early for the stitching retreat next weekend. But I will talk about the stitching retreat in my plans section coming up here soon. But anyway, so those are some of the things that I got. And I also have a little bit of a stitchy haul update in here. One of the things I got Mom too, I got her some Stitcher's lotion in blackberry and vanilla scent. I don't know if you can, there we go, blackberry and vanilla Stitcher's lotion. I kind of like this lotion. This is going in her stocking. I picked up the last 3 in the Ink Circles Rabbit series. I got October. This is October's Ink Circles Rabbit. So I have the whole set. This is November's. This one's really cute. November's Rabbit Rabbit, and December's Rabbit Rabbit. So I now have the entire series. And I'm probably going to finish them kind of into pillows like this once I get them done. This might be, since this is a series, I have a, part of my plans for 2022 include working on a part of a project from a series. So the Rabbit Rabbit series may be one I pull out for next year. Another one that I just picked up at Cross My Heart because I saw they were redoing their shop displays. And Cross My Heart is my local needle workshop here in Columbus, Ohio. I will put their contact information down below. But Heart and Hand Needle Art came out with a set of patterns called the Square Dance. And I picked up the 4 patterns. Each pattern has 3 months in it. So, you know, it's January, February, March, April, May, June, August, September, October, November, December. August, July, August, September, and October, November, and December. So I picked up the set of 4 patterns, and I also picked up the fabric to go with them. So this is another series that I'm hoping to start. They're pretty small and they're really cute. So the fabric that I got is a piece of 40 count Newcastle raw linen. I think I got a fat quarter, but here's the color. It's just raw linen, basic grainy linen. It's 40 count, so I'm going to be doing these on the 40 count. And I also picked up some of the fancy flosses, the overdyed flosses that I needed for this particular piece. So the first one here is Blacksmith Blue by Classic Colorworks. This one is Eve's Leaves. It's kind of a nice little green, Eve's Leaves. This one is Muddy Puddle. I also got Carrie Berry. It's a pink. It's a really pretty pink. This one is Strawberry Parfait. And then I got 2 Weeks Dye Works. This one is Dirt Road. And this one is Spanish Moss. So all of these, I believe, are for the Square Dance. Oh, there's plenty other Classic Colorworks in here, but I picked the colors that I didn't already have for January, February, and March because this was going to be the first one I started. What I'm planning on doing is taking my fabric and putting all 12 things on. I'm putting them in a row. My local needle workshop had each set of 3 in a row done up in a long pillow. So I'll have the 3 of them, you know, January, February, March in a row done up as a pillow. Hold on, you'll have to excuse my husband. He's steaming the kitchen upstairs. Give me just a minute. So sorry about that, you guys. My husband was steam cleaning the kitchen. We're having a guest over tomorrow, and apparently it's now cleaning time upstairs. So anyway, I am now actually working on showing you my progress updates. I don't have much progress updates for the month of November. Here is my November stitching progress. It's in the middle column here. And you can see I have lots of days crossed out. I haven't really been working on much of anything for the month of November, as you can see. This brown spot here is tomorrow. That's Thanksgiving Day. That's a holiday. Up here you can see in December I have the 3rd and the 6th marked off. That is for the stitching retreat weekend. And then this block of green here is my time off at work for Christmas, the week of Christmas. And the 25th is marked off in red here. So this is my stitching for the month of November. You see I haven't been doing a whole lot of stitching, much at all. What I have been working on though for the month of November, you may remember in my last video I talked about getting some easy count gridded fabric because I was going to restart a couple of my Heaven and Earth design pieces. One of the ones that I was going to restart was the Enchanted Christmas Reindeer by Donna Gelsinger. I had this piece of white even weave fabric that I had pre-gridded or tried to grid myself using Sulky Sliver holographic thread, and it's not so bad using the holographic thread to grid, but I didn't want to have to like stop and finish gridding, because you see I haven't gridded the entire fabric. And I was like, well, you know what, I'm not very far, I haven't finished very much on this, and I was doing it 2 over 1/10 stitch, and it's 2 over 1/10 on a 28 or 32 count. Makes a very dense piece of fabric or stitching when you're finished stitching it. And I decided that I wanted to try the easy count gridded fabric, because I started that with my Heaven and Earth Design Hidden Harbor piece, and I was really enjoying it. So I kind of wanted to do that here too. So I did make a restart on this. This is where I was before when I restarted it on the 32 count easy count fabric, and here is where I'm at. I am doing this 1 over 1/10 stitch, and as you can see, I generally have about the same amount done as what I had before. It's going a lot quicker, and I am parking the threads. I am doing kind of a diagonal stair step. But yeah, this is just something that I found at Hobby Lobby that I added a magnet to my needle minder. It's a little Christmas tree. But I am doing parking. I've gotten, this is about 1,027 stitches in here, 10 stitches. But yes, I am parking on the diagonal stair step. So this is where I'm at for Donna Gelsinger's Enchanted Christmas Reindeer. So I'm up here in the upper corner of the piece. I'm up here in the upper corner of the piece. So there we go. Hopefully I'll be getting to some antlers here pretty soon, because I think the antlers come into play like somewhere in here. So hopefully I'll be getting to that soon. This is now no longer considered a new start for No New Starts 2022. I'll be getting to that here in a little bit. But so this is this restart is well on its way now, and I'm pretty much basically where I was at when I I decided to switch to 32 count easy count fabric. I also ordered the 32 count easy count fabric from Heaven and Earth Designs, heavenandearthdesigns.com. You can get the easy count fabric for this, and I'm really enjoying it a lot. It works up pretty quick. I don't have to take the time out to actually grid the fabric and stuff. So anytime I have to do a full coverage Heaven and Earth design or other full coverage pattern, I'm most likely going to be ordering more of the easy count fabric, because I am finding that I really, really, really like it. So that is my progress on Enchanted Christmas Reindeer. And I may or may not get any more progress done on this, because I have a couple other things that I would like to do. So that being said, we will kind of sort of work into December plans. So one of the things coming up in the next couple of weeks, to prepare for 2022 No New Starts, I will get into No New Starts in my planning for 2022 segment coming up here pretty quick. It's going to kind of segue into that, my next couple of pieces. But in order to consider a project a work in progress or a WIP, you have to have 200 stitches in it. Well, I am doing the same thing with Jacek Yurka's 4 Seasons Heaven and Earth Designs pattern. You may be quite familiar with Jacek Yurka's 4 Seasons. I'm doing the same thing. I'm swapping out my fabric that I was using, that I was gridding myself, And I've decided that I'm going to be, well, let me show you. So this was the lower left corner of it down in the winter. So I was working on this corner down here. So I was working on this corner down here. I had the fabric kind of gridded with sulky sliver thread, but I didn't have everything gridded. So I'd only gridded, you know, basically the first page, the first small page in the back, and a little bit up. And I had decided too that this would be one of the ones that I would restart with the 32 count easy grid fabric. So in my bag here, I have my piece of 32 count easy grid fabric. My goal in December is to put in the 400 tent stitches, because I'm also going to be doing this tent onto my easy count fabric. Get the 400 tent stitches in on this and basically restart 4 seasons. So that is one of my plans for December, so I can get that officially on my WIP list for no new starts. Because no new starts, a WIP is something that you've put in at least 200 stitches on, so it's going to be at least 400 tent stitches. So, because in no new starts, a tent stitch is counted as half a stitch. So that is part of my December plans. And another thing I kind of wanted to do is that way. I got the World of Cross Stitching magazine recently, the most recent World of Cross Stitching magazine. And I'm going to put that up there for now. In the World of Cross Stitching magazine, this is the November 2021 issue of the World of Cross Stitching magazine. There was this set of Tinseltown buildings being released. So I absolutely fell in love with these, and I have decided that I want to stitch all the 3D buildings that I can find. So I've been on a mission to find any of the patterns I can for 3D buildings like this that are cross-stitched on perforated plastic. So if you're out there and you know of patterns, I have quite a list of potential patterns growing, but if you know of any other ones that might have been published over the years, please let me know. If you happen to have them in your stash and you would like to part ways with them, get in touch with me, because I would like to compensate you in some way for sending me the patterns or letting me borrow the patterns, because I really want to stitch a bunch of these up and make a little Christmas village that I can display for the holidays and or all year. But my plan is to stitch these up. So one of the things I got to do that, as a general rule, I don't like shopping at Hobby Lobby just because of some of their policies and whatnot and actions that have happened in the last few years. But Hobby Lobby is the only place I can find that has the perforated plastic. Perforated plastic is a little different than the plastic canvas that people use to make 3D things. Perforated plastic, if you look closely, has round holes as opposed to square holes. And this is all 14 count. They had 2 packages of the white plastic canvas, so I picked up the white plastic canvas so I can actually start stitching on the houses. Again, I'm going to hopefully be working on these in December, because in order to count these as a work in progress for no new starts, it has to have 200 stitches. These are considered smalls, but I'm not sure, since I'm doing them all on the same, you know, one piece of perforated plastic and then cutting them out, I'm not sure quite yet how that is going to be counted in the group for no new starts. But I did pick up perforated plastic, 14 count. And it's a 2-pack. I have 2 packages, so I have 4 pieces of perforated plastic. Because also, for the last couple of years, I have been getting the Craftways publication, A Cross Stitch Christmas. This was the, this one in particular was the 2020 issue of A Craftways Cross Stitch Christmas. This one is called Warmest Wishes. The reason why I have this out is because also on the perforated plastic, I am going to be making 3D Christmas trees. Look at these Christmas trees, you guys. Look at those. So you stitch that on perforated plastic. You stitch 4 of them. So 2 of the similar sides together, and then so the other 2 together. Whip stitch it together, and then you slide them in each other, and it makes 3D trees. So I figure to go along with the Christmas village, I would make a couple of different 3D trees. So those are going to be kind of some of the things that I'm going to be working on hopefully in December and throughout next year as well. The Stitching Village in the World of Cross Stitching magazine in November. This is the first set of the Stitching Village, of the Tinseltown Village. This is coming out in the next 2 issues. They'll be releasing 6 more buildings. So I'm hoping to get more. I have to actually look up the designer. The designer of these is Flora Baker. So, sorry, Fiona Baker. It's Fiona Baker. So I actually have to look her up and see if she has any other buildings that are not published in World of Cross Stitching magazine. But I'm hoping to make these Christmas villages and Christmas trees buildings very soon. Hopefully getting them started in December. So that is one of my December plans. So, also in December, I'm going to be getting ready for 2022 stitching. I'm going to be finalizing everything and getting ready to participate. So we're actually now going to move into planning for 2022. So I've been talking a little bit about the Facebook group No New Starts 2022. So if you go to No New Starts 2022, there's information there and files there that you can download about how No New Starts for 2022 is going to work. So, like I said, there is a guide for how No New Starts 2022 is going to work. It's the guide to the group. It's in the files section of No New Starts 2022, and it lists all the information that you need to know for the group. So I have decided, I was originally going to try and do the Work Your Whips thing, where you list every single one of your whips. I found out I have about 57 right now, currently, total. And you put all your whips in the list, and you can work on any of them throughout the year. You get a free new start to use at your discretion, and then you get random free new starts throughout the year. And also, if you finish a whip, you get to start something new. That was the Work Your Whips thing. But then I was kind of encouraged to reconsider the 22 whips in 2022. So I have like 57 whips in my current whip list. I went through and kind of wrote down, here is my printed off whip list. So there's all of these, and they're listed by size. So, and then there's the sheet too. So up here, you can see I have big BAPs, which are the big ones, like the Heaven and Earth Designs patterns are considered BAPs. Big ass projects, and yes, I did say the word ass, so sorry, not sorry. Big ass projects. The next ones down here are larges, and then I go down to mediums, and then on the second page I have more mediums and smalls. There's a couple down here at the bottom that I don't have the measurements for. Over here I don't have the measurements for, so I don't know what size category they're going to fall in for No New Starts. So in the guide, in the guide to No New Starts, they actually give you what the size category breakdown is for their projects, so you can group all your projects together. So that being said, I went through, I got my whips written down, I got the sizes and everything, the stitch counts and whatnot, and I found out that yes indeedy, I have about 57 whips. Give or take, it might be closer to 60 by now, but I have roughly 57 whips. So I went through and I kind of nailed down what I'm doing for No New Starts 2022. This is just a random handwritten list that's kind of evolving and changing. So a couple of the Heaven and Earth Designs full coverage pieces are on here, like Hidden Harbor, Four Seasons, Faces of Fairy 195, Princess and the Pea, are all going to be focus whips for 2022. Then I go to No New Starts full coverage BAP to be determined, and then a No New Starts non-full coverage BAP to be determined, because I have some that are non-full coverage and some that are full coverage. Amid Amish Life is going to be another focus piece for 2022. Santa of the Forest, I'm going to hope to get that done. That is a goal for next year, so I can put a new start in its place. Then I have No New Starts large project, Stitch Rovia's Let It Snow, that I'm hoping to finish this year. Two medium projects, Mill Hill Kit Smalls. I put Mill Hill Kits on there as a group. I'm going to tissue box it. Tissue boxing means that you basically just put a group listing, and then you just keep working on the same group, like Mill Hill Kits. Mill Hill Kits is a great example of how to tissue box something, because then you just pick up one of your Mill Hill Kits that's in progress, finish it, pull out another one, keep doing that, and they're all Mill Hill Kits, and they only take up one slot in your thing. Then I have No New Starts Christmas Smalls, which are Christmas ornaments, mostly out of magazines. No New Starts Holiday or Seasonal Smalls, because I have those too. And Halloween Smalls. So I broke it up by Halloween, Christmas, and Holiday Seasonal. Then I have a category for Erica Michaels or 40 Count Gauze projects, because I have some of those that I have to finish. I'd like to work on in 2022. Then I have No New Starts Small projects. And then here, I changed my 19th entry to part of a series. So like the Round Rabbits series and the other seasonal square dance series that I just picked up to do will fall into that category. And then I have 3 to be determined slots for my last 3. And those can be new starts. So if you leave a couple of blanks, you can have new starts in your listing. And I haven't decided yet what those are going to be. But here, this is my 22 whips in 22, which is what the 22:22 stands for. The 22:22. That's 22 whips in 2022. So that is the category that I'm going to be doing for No New Starts. And tonight, before I started this video, I went and got my WIPGO 2022 board ready. So this is just a generic WIPGO board that I came up with. And 22 of the squares are the 22 No New Starts whips. Then I have the free space in the middle. And then the last 2, let me see if I can find the piece there. Here's one down here. So this square down here, number 21, I put in pick a square a second time and repeat the goal. I have 2 of those. Pick a square a second time and repeat the goal. I have another one up here in number 6. So for WIPGO 2022, you know, I'm basically focusing WIPGO 2022 on the same whips that I have listed for No New Starts. So that is what I am doing for WIPGO. I have my board printed out. I just kind of have to finalize everything for it and kind of go from there. So yeah. So in here I have a space. If the project is specific, like up here, I have Heaven and Earth Designs 4 Seasons. I don't have a space underneath it to put the project, but like in Square 2 for the Christmas small project, I don't know what project I'm working on yet, so I'll handwrite in the project when I get to that square. I also have space to indicate the month it was called and the month I finished the goal. Because remember, in WIPGO, you don't have to complete the square in the same month it is called. So in January, you can complete your entire board if you really wanted to. You just can't claim the completion of that square until the month it is called. So it might not be called into November or December. You can have your goal completed already prior to that month, but you can't fill in the square until the month it is actually called. Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff is the one that runs the WIPGO group, and WIPGO is basically bingo for your WIPs. She has you fill out a bingo board with 25 squares, 5 across and 5 down. And then usually people put a free space in the middle space. That's space number 13. That's what a bingo board normally looks like, with the free space in the middle. Some people actually fill in with projects. So in the month that the free space number 13 is called, because she's only pulling 24 numbers throughout the year, when she calls the free space, the month she calls the free space, she will pick a third number. So every month it's usually only 2 numbers, except when she calls number 13, she will call a third number to make it a total of 25 numbers that are called. That's how you get the 25 in WIPGO. So WIPGO just basically is bingo for your WIPs. And so your whole goal is to, kind of make progress on the WIPs. And this challenge was started by Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff on YouTube. So if you want more information on the WIPGO 2022 or the No New Starts 2022 Facebook challenge groups, just go to Facebook and search for both of those, and they should come up for you fairly easily. All right, so those are the main 2 focuses that I'm going to have for 2022. WIPGO and No New Starts 2022. Or 22 and 22. So, also in No New Starts, coming up in December, part of my plans are, they're going to have this thing where we can do passport stitching. So we can stitch ahead and get get a bank of stitching built up. So we can kind of skip some things throughout the year next year. So I'm hoping to do that also in December, but we won't find that out, what that is, until mid-December. So I'm hoping to stitch for my passport also in December for No New Starts. A couple of the other groups that I'm actually considering and keeping on my radar for participation in next year. I have a list. These are my list of groups for next year. Some of the groups I'm considering doing, these are all on Facebook, so you can look up Sane Stitchers. I'm going to be participating in that again this year. Enchanted Stitching Challenges, obviously No New Starts. Stitchtalk HAED, which is Stitchtalk HAED Challenges, which is a group by Portia Parcher. She does HAED challenges, usually the 100 days of HAED, where you work on a Heaven and Earth Designs pattern for 100 days straight. You can look up that group. It's another group that I'm hoping to participate in this next year is Magical Stitches. Kind of want to talk about Magical Stitches. Magical Stitches in 2022 is going to be called A Year of Mystery, and it's all the challenges are kind of based on clues. So you're stitching for clues to get you around the board game Clue, so you can kind of determine who done it, who the murder was. And the books that are selected for Magical Stitches for 2022 is an embroidery cozy mystery series by Amanda Lee. and it's the Embroidery Cozy Mystery Series by Amanda Lee. There's 10 books in the series, so the game and challenges throughout the year are going to be based on the books that we're reading, and also giving you clues so you can solve the murder at the end of the year. A couple of the other groups that I'm going to be doing is Enchanted Stitches. I think I talked about that already. Books and Stitches, which this month they were doing a true crime podcast listen, or a true crime, it was a true crime audiobook or book that you could read, and then you just stitch the year the book was published in stitches. If you're doing 10, you double that. So I think it was like 4,040 stitches that I had to do. So I was hoping to get Enchanted Reindeer worked on for that, but I'm only going to be getting about 1,000 stitches on that, I think. So I'm not going to finish that. But books and Stitches is another one I'm going to be doing. The 24-hour of cross stitch. The Stitching Book Club. The Stitching Book Club, they're getting ready to start the Great Gatsby. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that pattern's all about. That's coming out this next week. That is with the Stitching Book Club. So the premise behind that one is they pick a book. Everybody reads the book. And the kind of creator of the group idea concept behind the Facebook challenge group designs a cross-stitch piece based on the group, or based on the book that everybody is reading at that time. And this next book coming up this week happens to be The Great Gatsby. I read that book in high school. Don't remember a whole lot about it, but I'm hoping to maybe reread that, because I also have a goal of rereading a bunch of books in 2022. I didn't get to much reading this year, and I'd like to change that for next year. So that's the Stitching Book Club. Full Coverage Fanatics, Magazine Monthly Challenge Group, 24 Hours of Cross Stitch, Virtual Stitchers, Cross Stitch Frogbusters, Cross Stitch Finish Line, International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, IHSW. They're doing the third Friday of every month. The weekend starting the third Friday of every month is International Hermit and Stitch Weekend, so they're continuing that next year. Friday Off the Grid, Stitch All the Things, which is the group that kind of spurred off of Stitch Mania when Stitch Mania archived June 1st this year. March Mayhem Stitchers, Cross Stitch Camp, Daily Cross Stitch Club, Witchy Stitchy Challenge, which is stitching 30 minutes each day. I might actually try and do 30 minutes each day. I think that would be a great one. Pop Culture Challenges, and So You Think You Can Stitch. Stitchy Quest to Destroy the One Ring, the free Cross Stitch Cell, Virtual Stitchers, I think I said, Stitching 911. There's all kinds of groups, all kinds of Facebook challenge groups that you can join. So I'm just gonna, hopefully get into some of these groups a little more and be a little more participatory, participate a little more in some of them. So that's kind of what I've got for next year. So I've got my No New Starts 2022. And no new starts doesn't mean no new starts. No new starts means, they want you to focus on getting stuff done. So there's things that you can do to build in new starts into your pieces. So if you think that sounds like fun, check them out. They're going to be doing some really neat things this year. So I'm actually going to be checking them out this year, along with everything else that I kind of want to do. So that is all I have for you this week. It's about 43 minutes long. I thought it was going to be a little less than that, but I guess I had a little more to talk to you about. But anyway, that's all I have for you this week. And I'm probably not going to be doing a whole lot of editing on this because I just kind of want to get this uploaded and whatnot. So yeah, look up those Facebook groups and see if there's anything out there that catches your interest. There's a long list of them out there. So that is all I have for you this week. Happy Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah, happy whatever holiday you're celebrating soon. If I don't get back to you before it happens. You know, just know that I'm wishing you all well. And not sure when my next video is going to be. I'm going to hope to take, oh, I forgot to talk about Stitching in the Springs. Mom and I are going to retreat next weekend in Yellow Springs, Ohio. It is called Stitching in the Springs Retreat, and it's at Mills Park Hotel in Yellow Springs, Ohio. It's Mom's second retreat. It's my like 4th or 5th retreat, but it's just a stitching retreat. It goes from Friday morning until Sunday afternoon, and we're looking forward to staying in the little boutique hotel that is hosting it. So we're really looking forward to being, you know, a little away. And my husband is looking forward to having a quiet weekend at home. So, yeah, we're doing the Stitching in the Springs retreat next weekend. I forgot to talk about that. So anyway, I will put some information. If I remember, I will put information below to, you know, for Cross My Heart and some of the other things that I talked about in my video. And if not, just leave me a question and I'll give you the link in my comments or give you the information that you need in my comments. So that's all I have for you. Not sure when my next video will be up. Depends on how I feel during or after the retreat next weekend. It might be next weekend. It might not be for a week or two, depending on the holidays and everything else going on. I did get my booster shot last week. The only thing I had was a sore arm. I didn't get sick. Mom was down for about a day and a half, 2 days. She got her booster shot the same day. So we're fully vaccinated again. And it feels pretty good. So, that being said, everybody stay safe. Everybody stay healthy and happy holidays. And we'll see you soon. Bye.